Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Have you ever noticed how uncertainty can feel more addictive than certainty? It's a paradox of human attraction. Sometimes, a man who gives mixed signals becomes unforgettable, occupying a woman's thoughts day and night. Meanwhile, a man who is consistently available, always predictable, is often taken for granted and quickly ignored. Why does this happen? Today, we will deconstruct this powerful dynamic. I'll explain precisely how mixed messages hook the female brain, exploring the psychological triggers that make unpredictability so compelling. You will learn how attraction grows from emotional contrast, not from consistency alone. This isn't about games, it's about understanding the deep currents of human connection. Chapter 1. The brain's addiction to uncertainty. At its core, the human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It evolved to predict outcomes to ensure survival. But when a pattern is broken, it commands our full attention. This is especially true in attraction. The brain releases more of the neurotransmitter dopamine when rewards are unpredictable, not when they are guaranteed. Certainty feels safe, comfortable, and stable. It's what we consciously seek for long-term partnership. But uncertainty feels exciting, thrilling, and alive. It's the spark that ignites initial powerful attraction. Think of a slot machine. It's addictive not because you win every time, but because you win. The possibility of a jackpot, followed by a series of losses, keeps you pulling the lever. Emotional unpredictability works the same way. A man who is sometimes warm and sometimes distant creates an emotional slot machine. His attention is the jackpot, and her mind becomes obsessed with trying to win it again. For example, a man who texts passionately for 2 days, sharing deep thoughts and future plans, and then suddenly goes quiet, offering only short, perfunctory replies. Her brain immediately goes into overdrive, filling the gaps with questions. Was it something I said? Did I do something wrong? He seemed so interested. Why do I care so much about his change in tone? This internal monologue is the beginning of the hook. Chapter 2. The loop of emotional investment. When clarity is missing, the brain works harder to find it. This creates a powerful psychological loop. The more mental energy a woman invests in deciphering a man's behavior, the more valuable he becomes in her mind. This is related to a psychological principle called the Zeigarnik effect, which states that people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. An unresolved emotional situation with a man is like an unfinished task. Her mind will keep returning to it, trying to find a resolution. The more she thinks, analyzes, and wonders about him, the deeper the emotional attachment becomes. She isn't just falling for him, she's falling for the story her mind is creating about him. Consider this. If a man is always warm, always available, there's no puzzle to solve. The task is complete. Her mind can move on. But if he's warm, then distant, then warm again, the puzzle is never finished. Her mind stays engaged, constantly trying to predict his next move. This state of confusion keeps her attention locked on him. Every moment she spends analyzing his texts, replaying their conversations, or talking to her friends about him is an emotional deposit. Effort breeds value. Because she has invested so much, the puzzle of him feels far more valuable than a simple, open book. Chapter 3. The push-pull timeline. The push-pull dynamic is the engine of this process. The pull is the warmth, attention, and validation. The push is the distance, silence, or unavailability. Dopamine is released not by the pleasure of the pull itself, but by the anticipation of it. The uncertainty of when the next pull will come keeps the anticipation system firing constantly. Let's look at a practical weekly timeline. On Monday, he's fully engaged. He's flirtatious, asks deep questions, and plans a date for the weekend. She feels seen, desired, and chosen. The connection feels strong. On Tuesday and Wednesday, he pulls back. His texts become brief, maybe 1 or 2 words. He's busy with work. The emotional temperature drops. Her mind immediately starts searching for the meaning behind this shift. The contrast creates a void. Then, on Thursday evening, he calls her unexpectedly. His voice is warm and he says he was just thinking about her. The relief she feels is immense. This relief, this pull after the push, hits much harder than if he had been consistently warm all week. The contrast makes the highs feel higher and more significant. This cycle of anticipation and release becomes the hook. She finds herself waiting, hoping, constantly scanning for the next pull after the push. The relief she feels when he returns reinforces the entire cycle, making the connection feel more profound than it may actually be. Chapter 4. Scarcity, Value, and Healthy Boundaries. In economics and in psychology, scarcity increases perceived value. Things that are always available, always present, often feel ordinary or less important. Things that appear, disappear, and then reappear feel special and valuable. His attention becomes a scarce resource. Now, this is a critical distinction. This dynamic is most powerful and healthy when it isn't a manipulative tactic. It's about a man having a full life, clear boundaries, and his own priorities. His unavailability isn't a game. It's a genuine reflection of his purpose. For example, a man who doesn't immediately drop his plans or rearrange his entire schedule for a woman he just met feels more valuable and respectable than one who does. His scarcity is authentic. It signals that his time is important, and therefore, the time he chooses to give her is a genuine gift. The rarer the attention, the higher its perceived value. This is why focused, undivided presence becomes so powerful. When he is with her, he is with her. This turns his time into a precious commodity. Chapter 5. The Pitfalls of Predictability. On the other side of this coin is the man who is too consistent. Total predictability removes all mystery. And it is mystery. The space for wondering, for curiosity, that keeps the initial spark of attraction alive. If she knows exactly how you'll respond to every text, that you'll always be free when she asks, that you'll always say yes, there's nothing left for her mind to explore. The emotional puzzle is solved before it's even presented. Curiosity fades, and with it, often, attraction. A little bit of the unknown, a touch of unpredictability, keeps the spark alive. It keeps her wondering about you, which is the foundation of desire. Chapter 6. Anxiety versus attraction, using mixed messages correctly. This is where most men fail. Mixed messages only create attraction when they come from a place of self-control, confidence, and genuine busyness. When they come from insecurity, fear, or a desire to play games, they create anxiety, not attraction. Pulling away out of fear of being hurt, or as a test to see if she'll chase, feels weak and needy. Women have a fine-tuned intuition for this. Pulling away because you are genuinely focused on your work, your fitness, or your purpose feels strong and grounded. Let's be clear. Do not ignore her just to get a reaction. This is transparent and creates resentment. Do be unavailable because you are genuinely building your life. The first approach creates anxiety and distrust. The second creates attraction and respect. The intention behind the action is everything. You don't need to invent a reason to be distant. Your confidence should speak for itself through your actions and priorities. Chapter 7. Healthy contrast versus toxic manipulation. Let's draw a hard line in the sand. Healthy mixed signals, or what we should call emotional contrast, come from a man's purpose, his independence, and his emotional control. His life is the source of the push and pull. Toxic, manipulative signals come from playing games, a deep-seated fear of abandonment, or an ego that needs constant validation. Here, the man is intentionally creating confusion to control her. True, lasting attraction grows when you are centered and authentic, not when you are calculated and strategic. Healthy unpredictability means having a whole, rich life outside of the relationship. Toxic manipulation means creating confusion on purpose to make someone feel insecure and dependent on you. For example, a manipulative text is silence. An honest text is, "Hey, I'm swamped with a project tonight and won't be able to talk, but I'd love to catch up tomorrow. Are you free then?" This communicates unavailability without creating anxiety. It shows respect. Your affection is genuine when you give it, and your boundaries are clear when you cannot. The goal is never to engineer dependence. It is to cultivate respect and genuine desire. Let's address some common questions. First, does this mean I should play hard to get? No. Playing hard to get is a game. It's inauthentic. Instead, hard to get. Be a man whose time is valuable because he is busy with his purpose. The unavailability is a byproduct of your mission, not a strategy to get attention. Second, how often should I text her? There is no magic number. The focus should be on quality, not quantity. When you do communicate, be present and engaging. When you are busy, it's okay to be brief or silent. Let the rhythm of your communication be dictated by the genuine rhythm of your life. Third, what if she mirrors my distance? This is a possibility. If you pull back because you are genuinely busy and she pulls back in response, that is her right. A secure woman will understand. An insecure woman might panic. A woman who is not interested may simply fade away. Your authentic distance acts as a filter. Don't panic and chase. Remain centered. When you are genuinely free and interested again, reach out with warmth and confidence. Her response will tell you everything you need to know. So to summarize the core principle, mixed messages don't hook the female brain simply because they confuse her. They hook her because they powerfully activate the psychological systems of curiosity, anticipation, and emotional contrast. They create an unresolved puzzle that her mind feels compelled to solve. The key isn't playing games or manufacturing drama. It's becoming a man whose life is so full, so driven by purpose, that it naturally creates the mystery and scarcity that fuels attraction. Remember, calm, authentic confidence will always be more attractive than constant, predictable availability. If you found this deep dive into the psychology of attraction helpful, show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who you think could benefit from this understanding. And for more insights into the hidden dynamics of love and attraction, subscribe to the channel. This is Dark Love Psychology. Thank you for watching.